Hey everyone, I'm Brianna, and I am so excited to be back with Karabani. I am one fourth of the Triple Dub podcast, where we cover the Wizards, the Washington Wizards, and NBA and culture and music and all of that. So make sure you check it out. And I'm also a digital producer in Washington, D.C.
What up, Bree? Long time no see. What's good?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you, Karabani? I'm doing well.
I am doing great. It's great seeing you. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. You do too.
All right. So,
New set. New set than last time that I saw you.
what happened?
You have a new setup
Oh,
since the last.
actually, let me tell you something. My setup is not looking so great today. What happened? I'm actually using a phone. Can you believe it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's why the quality is kind of. My computer went down, issues and all that. Let's not get into that, right? Okay. Yeah, but definitely a new set from the last time you were here. This is definitely a new set, right? And yeah. So, tell me what's happening in DC before we jump into anything. I would love to know what's happening in DC. No more Trump.
oh yes, yeah. Yeah, no more Trump. Things are going better. We have the vaccine rollout that's happening, and hopefully we will be getting back to normal.
Okay, okay. I would love to see what normal is.
Yes, yes, it's the new normal.
All right.
But my Wizards, they're doing great right
Oh
now.
man, are they?
Making history.
Are they? I am so excited. I mean, I watched all their games. To be honest with you, I'm following them very closely. I love what they're doing. They're a very exciting team. That backcourt is ridiculous, and with the addition of Gafford, it's just crazy
Yes,
changes. It's a breath of fresh air.
yes, it definitely is.
Right?
It's exciting to watch. Again, we're witnessing history being made
Yes, most
with
definitely.
Russell Westbrook. He's about to break a record that has been broken in years, in decades. So this is
Yeah,
exciting.
but Russ is always doing that. He's always breaking records. That's Russ. And
Yeah,
and some people want to say he's stat padding, but really, when you watch the games, you will understand why he's doing what he's doing, and he's not going after stats. He's just doing what's needed for them to win, and it's incredible. It's incredible. You got to watch it. I know a lot of people nowadays, it's all about highlights and all that, not really watching the full game. You're missing the whole thing, and you wouldn't understand. But anywho, let's not get into that, because I can talk about that forever. Because I'm really excited about the Wizards. I am, and I know they're gonna go into the play-in and eventually make it into the playoffs. I called it from the very beginning. People were looking at me like I was crazy. I actually said the Knicks were gonna be nice, and I said the Wizards, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. Guess what? The Knicks are already in there, and the Wizards are going in there.
and you know what? From last year, from you calling the Denver Nuggets, I'm never gonna look at you crazy for your predictions, Caravani, because it just seems like they just keep coming true. So, you're right on the ball. If I ever have to bet on a game, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Okay, is this a smart choice? Okay, cool."
My Nuggets. I was a little sad the way they went out last year, but anywho, let's leave that alone. So we're here to talk about something totally different. Well, it's something that's related to that. It's all basketball that's happening in this continent here in Africa. We're gonna be talking about BAL. Hey, so since I'm here, I would love to know, how do you guys? I mean, what do you think? What do you know about BAL?
Well, I remember hearing about it, of course, when it was supposed to happen in 2020, and that was supposed to be the inaugural season. And from my understanding, it just seemed like a great opportunity to learn more about the continent of Africa. For myself, I have been to Rwanda, I've been to Kigali, Rwanda, and I've been to Cape Town, South Africa. And just for myself visiting there, I loved it. Like, I just loved the people, just being somewhere different. For myself, that was my first time being out of the United States. So just being able to experience a whole new, lifestyle, culture, and everything was just amazing. And so to now be able to combine, a worldly aspect of a country that I feel very connected to, and to also with a sport that I really enjoy, this just seemed like a great combination. Now, of course, for myself, I did not realize just all of the different basketball opportunities that are within Africa. But as I learned about BAL, I was more exposed to all of the other leagues and opportunities that came about. So I think that BAL has been, not only for me, but I think for many Americans, it's been an eye opener to the countries in Africa and to the players in Africa.
Okay, that's interesting. So for you, it's really the connection first and then basketball, or is it basketball first and then the connection in Africa?
Well, that's hard because basketball is played all over the world, but
Right.
no offense, I mean, I'm not following those other leagues, so maybe it does. I believe that because it is Africa, that weighs more. That holds
Okay.
more weight.
I get it. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. I mean, it's not exactly the same how we see it out here. This is a great opportunity the way I look at it, and so many people see it differently. Let me tell you how I see it. It is a great opportunity to bring Africa together, because trade within Africa is really, really, really low. We're talking about 16% within Africa. Heck, if I want to travel, get on a plane, go to somewhere like Senegal, I got to catch like 3 planes just to get there. Probably fly all the way to Rwanda and then go to like Nigeria and then fly. Yeah, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right? It is so disarticulated, it's crazy. So I always feel like when you have something that brings everybody together, and the way they presented this at first, hopefully next year it's going to be like that. Not like a tournament format, but more like a league whereby, it's played at different places and all that. Games are played, so players will have to travel, and then you have different players coming from different countries. So that means it's going to affect or amend a lot of immigration laws and everything. And so players can move freely and then trade and all that. And so it's an opportunity for the continent to come together and to trade more. And we talking about immigration laws and taxes, reform and all that. It's just so much is going to happen or influence, or at least, just nudge it a little bit. So at least they pay attention to some of those changes, which I think they're going to be beneficial to all Africans. So this is a great thing that's happening. And I hope it does play out that way. But there's just so much more to it. And then come to the basketball side of things. I do believe there is a lot of talent in Africa. It's just not highlighted the way.
Right, the opportunity, or
Yeah,
the exposure, probably.
Right, the exposure is not there. So I think this would be great, since it's something that's American. We have the NBA at the forefront. Of course, it's the NBA plus FIBA. And the NBA is going to do a whole lot to promote it, and it's going to be promoted in America and elsewhere. And the name, the NBA, the brand, NBA people follow. So it's out there. It's an opportunity to showcase a lot of talent from Africa, and it's great. Even though we do have foreign players that also participate, and here comes the little thing that I would like to really talk about. ESPN actually covered it. And we're predicting who was going to win and what teams to watch and yada, yada, yada. And they mainly talked about the foreign players coming this way. They really didn't talk about the local players. So, of course, yes, you're still going to get that. But I am hoping eventually, once you start watching you will get to see the other guys that actually play out here, not just the foreign players. No, not to say the foreign players are not great, but I am rooting for my African brothers.
Right. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that because this is supposed to be homegrown talent, and so
Right,
that's who we should be highlighting.
right. So,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of excitement, and people cannot wait to watch it. But there's some concerns. I don't know if we should jump into the concerns right now or keep talking about the goodness, the good. I don't know. I'll ask you. What do you think?
Well, I've had some comments. I've been exposed to different things that I had no idea about. So I mean, I think
Right,
it's good to understand the pros and the cons.
right. Okay, so let's jump into something else. Let's jump into, first of all, the way it. Like I said, it was supposed to be in a league format. It still is a league, but it's almost kind of like what happened with the bubble last year. It had to end up the way it did, and we're still in the pandemic, so a lot of things have to be taken into consideration and everything. So I do understand why it's in that format, and unfortunately, it's so squeezed into such a short little time frame. So it saddens me a little bit, but in addition to that, I question a lot of things why it's still happening, because I do feel like the product that's going to be out there, it's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. It'll still be great because there's a lot of talent out here, but I feel it's going to be an inferior product to the product that could be put out there, because you have to factor in right now it's Ramadan. Okay, so there are a lot of Muslims out here, and a lot of them, right. And then right now you have the, I think, playoffs in Europe or something like that. So there are a lot of African players who are out there playing. And then at the same time, you got the Warriors about to kick the Lakers' butt, right? So a lot of people are going to be watching the playoffs in the NBA, right? So it makes me think, why are we having this at this particular time? I understand the Olympics are coming in, a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe I could ask you, because I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with the timing, and of course, I don't know what happens in all those meetings and whatever, but it would have been nice to be able to have the NBA fans after the championship or whatever, and then to have people promote and transition them to really be invested into Basketball Africa League, and especially since like what you mentioned, it's a shortened time, and so it should be like jam-packed with excitement, games, so people who are like, dang, the season is over now, I can't, there's no basketball to watch,
Right.
So now it's like, okay, here's something else for you to watch, and then it's like, then the WNBA comes and all that, but yeah, to have them at the same time, it kind of sucks. And I think too, because I think some of the athletes probably did want to go and enjoy these games in person and wanted to, expose themselves and meet the players and that kind of things. I mean, they were promoting a lot. We heard a lot from Joel Embiid, we heard Giannis, we heard Chris Paul, like all these people talking about the league. So the fact that it's good that they're in the playoffs, but they can't experience that too, it kind of sucks.
Right. So, I mean, it's understandable. You said something about maybe after the playoffs, after the championship, maybe this could have came along. Would it really make sense? I don't know. Maybe that's why they were thinking, maybe if we had it right after the championship, who's going to be like, yo, we just saw the NBA, finals, and then straight from the finals to BAL. Does it really equate? I don't know. Maybe.
I think basketball lovers are basketball lovers, and I think something new, people will give it a try. And I think as long as, which I'm not expecting them not to be, but as long as those first games are competitive, they're playing it, they're playing hard, then it can be a great way to hook people. And again, like we said, like with the influence of, like if you just make it like a seamless transition where it's like, oh no, don't worry, there's more. And then
Right, right.
bring this on. I think that you can keep people invested and keep people along the ride.
True, true, true. Okay, so your thoughts on this thing? I mean, what are you thinking? You thinking this is going to be a success, or do you think it's just, I don't know. Do you think it's going to be a success?
I think there will be a lot of kinks that are happening. I think, you know, it's the first time. So, of course, they're going to learn probably each day that they play a game. It's going to be something, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. Okay, well, maybe we need to try this. So I think that this is definitely an experimental round. And I think it'll be fun. I think it's going to be entertaining to watch. And I think that um, next year, I think it will be,
It'll be better.
yeah, it will be better.
So you telling me I should go into it thinking, oh, maybe we should. You're telling the viewers who are watching you right now to actually go into it knowing that this is just a teaser to what's really coming next year.
Well, yeah, I think because also we're not getting the full experience, just like what
Right.
you said. Not they're in a bubble. Many people when the NBA went to the bubble, they just decided to boycott it and didn't want to watch it because they thought the idea was stupid or whatever. So I think to each its own for this one, but I think when it gets back to the real format, it's a full season, you're getting the storylines, you're learning about the players, you're learning about the coaches, you're seeing how players react, and you're like learning their habits. And especially for us that are like foreign and who may have never even heard of different players or seen these teams or anything like that. And I believe also probably for the future they're going to have more teams because they had to do a limited number of teams, I
Right.
think, for this time. But there'll be more teams, and so maybe people don't want to watch because their country is not being represented. But then in the future it will be. So I think that this time, just have an open mind and just expect to be entertained and just enjoy it. I say just enjoy it.
So okay, that's right, right. I guess so. So, asking you now. I mean, okay, so that's what you telling some of the viewers to go in thinking that's what's going to happen. I'm asking you now, personally, you going into this thing, knowing it is associated with the NBA. You know what kind of products the NBA puts out there. What are your expectations? Like, truly, the first year. What do you expect? First of all, you going to Rwanda, right?
No.
No,
I
no.
wish. I wish. I didn't hear back from them. So
Right,
uh,
right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't able to make plans for it, but I was so excited to go back to Rwanda. I just had a great experience there when I went the first time,
right.
Kigali. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I won't be there. But what I was looking forward to, again, for myself, how I fell in love with the league even more was understanding the players and their stories and seeing how these people who are just, regular people have so much impact on people, not only from their hometown, not only from their home state or from their country, but who impact people all over the world, right? And they're playing a game that, when I would go to basketball games and I would look to my right and I would see, a dad with his kid, but then on my left I would see, a date, like a couple, and over there I would see a whole family, and it's just like so many different people from cultures, backgrounds, people coming from different jobs that are here to come together to enjoy this one thing.
Right.
So my excitement for the Basketball Africa League was to really get to know the players and was to really understand who you are, where you came from, and why this game means so much to you, because the basis of the game, everybody kind of has the same idea of what basketball means to them, but the deeper level, it's always like something more personal. And so to be able to learn that, that was personally my desire to know about this league, and also to step up my Swahili.
Right. Well, unfortunately, Bree, I did make several attempts to try to get some of the players and coaches and all that, but unfortunately, the NBA is really tight when it comes down to what they put out there in terms of marketing and everything. You experience the same thing trying to get information, trying to go to Rwanda, right? So
Right.
it's really tight. All we can do is really speculate, and we do have, sources from the inside, but it's just not official. Things that I know or would talk about, it's happening, but nobody would come out and say, "Hey, this is what's really happening." It's the NBA. It's the NBA. The NBA loves to, I would say, control what it puts out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess any large corporation, that's truly what
Yeah.
they do, right? Yeah.
And they do that here too. They're very protective of the players, and yeah, so it's understandable.
But we are gonna get some people. We are gonna get some people on eventually, and I am working on that, and that's gonna happen. I know eventually they're gonna open that door. Right now, everybody's scared. Zip, really can't talk about anything, and we have such limited information about what's going down. But there are a lot of people who feel a certain way about everything that's happening. So, we can explore a little more. We can explore. But first, what would you like to know? Ask me. See, I've been asking you the question. Ask me. What would you like to know?
Well, I know that you said that it's kind of mixed reviews
Right.
in Africa. So I guess from your perspective, I mean, why is it mixed reviews, and why should people from around the world and specifically America be watching? I mean, I know that you're kind of like, this season is up and down, but why should people tune in?
One is the level of talent is ridiculous. The level of talent is really up there, and it's a different kind of basketball. Yes, it'll be different from the NBA. They play slightly different out here. People are very athletic. It's not like the way it's played in Europe. I would say in Europe it's more strategic, and in the US I would say it's more wow. Okay, I know in the US it's also very athletic, but it's different. Okay, I feel like the US is more like a mix of Africa and Europe, but in Africa it's just pure athletes just going at it. Right? I think the game will change eventually, but right now that's the way it is. It's very physical. Let's put it that way. It is very physical. Let me not say athletic. It's very physical. It's a very physical game, but the talent is ridiculous.
That's good. And a lot of Americans are mad because, like players and viewers and fans, that is American or NBA basketball
Right.
is more flashy and not physical. So that's a great plug if you want physical basketball.
Watch BAL, right? Watch the African leagues. That's what you're gonna get. Some really physical basketball, and they let it play. They're like, play on, player. Ain't nobody calling that. They just swallow the whistle. Let's play. No, but there's just so much talent out here that just does not get the chance to be seen. I think this is going to be a great outlet for all those people. I mean, for all the people who are going to tune in to actually watch the players out here. That's number one. Number two, again, you get to experience Africa and really understand the culture and the people and all that, because that's what the NBA usually does. It's not just a game. It's a culture. It's a movement. And that's what they're trying to do with this thing here. So hopefully they do embed a lot of the African culture into BAL, so you get to experience the culture also, the music, the what,
Right.
just the sideline stuff that's happening and all that. So you will get to experience Africa, music, and just the whole shebang, That's what I'm looking for, just exporting a lot of that stuff to the rest of the world and basketball. Yeah, so, and people are looking forward to that. And of course, jobs. I mean, you bring that, it's a whole industry that's just going to balloon, you understand? So the economy side to it. So That's also. We were talking about why people tune in to watch. All right, I am talking about why. All right, back. Okay, focus here. Focus here, everybody. Focus. Focus on what we're talking about.
Because when you watch, you are going to get all of those elements. Hopefully, we will be hearing the music. Hopefully, we will be seeing, the culture, and it does provide, because you're watching, you're helping to provide jobs. So, yeah, all you said.
That is very true. Thank you for helping me there, Bree, because I lost my train of thought right there. I derailed a little bit. I like, wait a minute. All right. But like I said, it's mixed reviews. Now, the flip side, which unfortunately with everything, you do get the good side to it and the bad side to it. And I wouldn't say it's the bad side to it, but then right now, I don't feel like BAL does represent the whole of Africa right now. You're not going to get the whole of Africa. As you can, it's mainly, you have West Africa. You only have about 2 Southern African countries that managed to get teams to participate in the BAL. That's Angola and Mozambique. So it is a representation of Africa, but not the whole of Africa, because Africa is just very diverse. Unfortunately, some people would say, sports are not democratic, right? So it is what it is for now, but hopefully things change. But then you dig in a little deeper, then you hear more stories and all that. But that's not for today. Today is just, I'd rather we glorify this thing and all that. We'll talk about everything else another day. Yeah, that's what we got.
No, I like it. I mean, again, this is all something new. It's all new. I think that would be great for us to go back and look at it and see what can definitely be improved for next year. But I think everything that you just said is a great plug for the league, because it's like a quick crash course in maybe and especially for someone who's never been able to go outside of their own country or to go, to experience it, but they love the game, they love the culture, they love, everything else that comes from this thing. But to further explore it.
All right, so it's starting this week, right? What I would love to do is actually have you come back again, and next time we'll have some more people. I mean, that actually might represent a different view from what I have, and you could talk to them and actually get to understand it, and some of your viewers who get to understand what's really going on this side. But I have a question for you. How are you going to be watching the games?
You
just went quiet. YouTube, right? Really? What page?
Oh, wait, you froze. Wait, you froze.
I froze. I'm back.
Okay.
No, it just went really quiet. How are you going to be watching the games? You say YouTube?
Wait, sorry. Say it again.
How are you going to be watching the games?
I believe you can stream them.
Yeah, where?
Wait. Don't put this on. I actually don't know. I thought that they were playing on TV, but I don't know.
See, now, okay, all right. No. This is not, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I did this on purpose. This is on purpose because that information has not been communicated. It's not readily available where people could actually catch the games. And that's the one thing that worries me, because this thing is going to be happening in Africa, and a lot of people will have issues just having access to the games. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's another bummer right there.
Even within the continent?
Yes, especially here. I would think probably you guys might have more access to the games than over here.